What is up, obscure mic people? Bark coming back at you yet again with the Rode NT-USB. I think that's what it's called. The Rode NT-USB. We'll go with that. NT-USB, NT cable plug, universal bus port. So this thing is what? $130, $150, something like that. This is the first model. This isn't the Plus. It's just the NT-USB. I think I got this for $15. The USB port inside of it had disconnected from the motherboard, so I ordered some USB pieces, some little USB ports off of eBay, and I fixed this thing, and I was very happy. I got this for $3 plus 15, $18. That port can come disconnected from repeated plug-in, plug-out. Ooh, I gets a little excited. But today we've got the Tascam TM-250U. It is $29. $29 right now. $29. It's a Supercardioid condenser microphone, USB style, Supercardioid. It is 16-bit, 48 kilohertz, but talking head stuff, podcasting, general microphone usage. I think podcastage and many other channels, you can't really tell the difference in sound quality for the most part with 16-bit versus 24. There's advantages, of course, but just spoken word, not really any massive advantage. Let's take a look at what you get for $29 with the Tascam TM-250U, which shockingly, this has been around for a while, and there's like next to no videos on this online. That's what Obscure Mics is all about. All right, let's take a look inside the box and see what we get on this fantastic Supercardioid package. Whoop! Ooh, that's a package. Get a big old slab of documentation. You get a big old USB-C to A cable. That's a welcome thing. A 5/8 to 3/8 adapter. Also welcome. You get a large hard mount. Mount it hard. And you get a pretty decent, robust little tripod stand. Not like one of the cheapies that most Amazon things come with. This has some good heft to it. That's what she said. Feels great in the hand. Also what she said. And, yeah, it's good. It extends a little bit also. With the right kind of pill, you can get it to, or chewable. I think Blue Chew? Woo! Got a 5/8 threading up top here. Anyways, you get all that, but wait, there's more. You also get the Tascam TM-250U. Let me just tell you, brothers and sisters, let's have a little session here. Let's go hard. What you get here, is a Tascam TM-250U, and its build quality is heavenly. No, really. It is really well built, feels really good. The metal doesn't feel cheap. The head basket doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't have hardly any give to it. That feels real nice. You got a USB-C and headphone port on the bottom. You got some pretty decent knobs with a considerable amount of wiggle, but nothing major. They do also feel of good quality. You got a mute button, which even the Rode that I'm using does not have. This is $29 well frickin' spent so far. This feels good. Now, I don't know. I don't think it's a large capsule. Look, we got the bezel with what looks like a 16 or 17 millimeter capsule in there. And, you know, Supercardioid, you can get these Supercardioid electric capsules pretty cheap. But again, $29, great build quality. Let's switch over from the Rode into USB and go with this, Lord. Yes. And now we're on the Tascam TM-250U. And I do have to say, as if you haven't already figured it out, there is a drawback to this microphone. That drawback being no live monitoring, which I find to just be kind of crazy because it's got a headphone jack. Why is it just playback jack? Why can't we have some of that sweet live monitoring? It even says on here, headphone output jack, 3-contact mini stereo enables direct monitoring. Okay, hold on. All right, I thought like it said something about 3-contact stereo enables direct monitoring. I'm not really sure. I thought that meant like a TRRS maybe. Didn't seem to be the case, as I still didn't have direct monitoring. It says direct monitoring on the box, but it didn't just simply work, so I don't know. Regardless, I think as long as you're not too concerned with direct monitoring, for $29, this gives a darker sound than the NT-USB, but it sounds just as full, if not more full. Maybe a little less clear, but dang, man, $29. If you're just looking for like a good USB mic to just hook up and go do some recording and all that good stuff, so far so good. It's got a weird, funky, large, odd head basket. Whether you like that look on camera or not, I don't know. But the build quality, again, fantastic here. Let's test out the mute button before we go to some other stuff. I'm going to talk while I press the mute button, and it works well. That's what I was saying. I don't know if it created a pop or clip because I can't hear. Can't see me, can't hear me. The gain dial and the volume dial, they do their job. Again, not really for monitoring, but I guess if you're doing a virtual podcast like me and Bronson were doing audio hotline, I'd be able to hear him through the headphone jack at least. Yeah, you know, is what it is. Let's do some more tests. Plosives first. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. They look bad. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pineapple pizza. They looked real bad. Now let's get right on top of the microphone so you can hear what it sounds like if you get right on top of it and give it that sweet smoochy boochies. Adam Sandler style. And now let's back off, and we're going to take the microphone. We're going to hand hold it, and we're going to take it, and we're going to talk into the front of it, and now we're going to go 90 degrees off axis. Supercardioid. Doesn't look like Supercardioid's really doing a whole lot, but now we're going to take the mic and go 180 degrees off axis, 180 degrees off axis, 90 degrees off axis yet again, and then slowly back around to the front of the microphone, and we're going to slide it back in. I'll say one thing, that big old massive mic clip does a great job at holding this microphone. Just as Tim Walls would say after shaking the ratchet straps, that ain't going nowhere. I don't know, man. $29. If you just simply need to record and aren't worried about direct monitoring and just talk past the front end of this thing right here, I think you're going to be okay. I think it's going to be all right. I would rather spend $29 on this than $130 or $150 on the NT-USB. Granted, I think the NT-USB is a fine microphone, actually. I think it's a really good microphone for being a USB condenser, and arguably it's built a little bit better. It's definitely a little cooler looking. I like the dials being on the side. This is one of my favorite USB condensers. Hands down, one of my faves. If all I had was that to use, I think I'd be okay, but $29 is $29, man. And $29 for this is kind of a freaking steal. It says direct monitoring. If any of you have direct monitoring or can get direct monitoring to work on this thing, let me know. But got some good features. Mute button. The dials are good. $29. Have I said that yet? $29.99. I live for $500 a day. Let's BB-SAR this son of a bitch on the BB-SAR. Again, for the 80th time, for $29, I'm going to give this thing an 8. I think it's pretty great for $29. I personally don't necessarily need to do direct monitoring when I want to do a quick podcast. As long as I know I'm talking this way and I don't accidentally move my head that way, I think I'm going to be okay. So I think it's pretty great for the money. If it was $60, $70, $80, $90, of course the score would suffer. But it's $29.99. That's pretty much all I got to say about that. It's $29. This is a contender for the cheapest get up and go. Start your own show. Let's go. I don't know what the hell I just said. I don't even think he knew what he just said. Anyways, the Tascam TM-250U is out of here. I mean, it's definitely... knocking shit over. It's definitely worth a buy. It's just that simple. Great build quality. This mount is going to come in handy for something else. I just know it. Probably other condensers. I don't see any handy, but I think like most other condensers are going to slide right in. That's convenient. It's a freaking mic clip a la handheld style, but for condensers. I know I'm rambling. Obscure mics. Peace out. Sorry.